6:17 is your time as you step out this morning. Nice and dry, at least in most parts of the metro. Can't say the same for everybody in southern Indiana or to our south.
And our dry time is limited. That rain's moving in all around the city and likely going to be here over the next couple of hours. I do anticipate it being pretty widespread. Been moving in from the west and the south. Check it out. This is our live radar where there's not a ton of lightning. This is really not stormy weather, just some rainy weather right now. Been filling in across portions of Hendricks County. Pretty steady widespread rain now across Putnam County into southern Montgomery over into Park County. Want to head to the south where we have been monitoring some heavier rainfall, even a few lightning strikes just to the south of Batesville right now, all down that I-65 corridor. Been watching some of those live NDOT cameras along 65 between Columbus and Seymour. We're seeing a lot of spray on the roadway, so a lot of ponding going to be possible here as that rain has moved in. This batch of rain basically the leading edge of what's going to set up to be several rounds of rainfall today. All of this developing along this low pressure zone. Got a lot of Gulf moisture that has surged northward, and now our atmosphere is basically completely saturated. So that's going to keep rain in the forecast as this all rides along this stalled out stationary boundary right there near the Ohio River Valley. So our forecast for today, we are waking up to temperatures in the upper 60s. Rain set to arrive this morning, and then as we get into the latter part of our afternoon into the evening, potentially seeing some heavier downpours as well as some embedded thunderstorms. Storm Prediction Center is watching the far southern tier of the state for a level 1 severe risk from Seymour to southern Decatur County. Level 2 risk, a little elevated just south of there where we're anticipating slightly more widespread potential for some stronger storms later today. So that severe threat remains mainly south, but for the rest of us, we're looking at a widespread rain event for today. This is at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Showers will then filter back in. This is at 6 o'clock this evening. Notice those pockets of some heavier rainfall, potentially some lightning embedded within this as well. This takes us through midnight. Rain's still going. Still going to continue through the overnight. In fact, as we get into Saturday morning even, it will be still active across the eastern tier of the state. So we are anticipating a pretty decent amount of rainfall out of this over the next 24 hours. So the southern tier of the state, this takes us through Saturday morning, will be under a flood watch for the potential of 1 to 3 inches, possibly isolated higher potential, especially here across the southwestern tier of the state. That's going to take us all the way through Saturday evening. You get underneath one of those heavier downpours, and that potentially could lead to some localized flooding as well. Now, this is your severe threat as we get you into Saturday. Once again, far southern tier of the state from Terre Haute to Seymour, and that's going to be where that boundary basically kind of stalls out, and it will serve as that triggering mechanism for a few pop-up showers and storms. This is Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock. Notice the area here, mainly south of I-70. That's going to be through 6 p.m. and that will be that target zone for those storms to develop on Saturday. Sunday will be that transitional day as a warm front set to lift through the state. Might spark a stray shower. I think we're going to be mainly dry here on Sunday as we watch that complex move through. Overall, though, for us, we are anticipating that being a game changer when it comes to our temperatures as that front lifts through Sunday. Again, an isolated storm possible, but becoming more humid, and then a dry stretch into next week, but turning much hotter. Highs in the 90s, heat index likely climbing to 100 or above throughout the duration of next week.